Jimmie Walker will forever be remembered as the loud, charismatic J.J. Evans from the iconic 1970s sitcom Good Times. His "dynamite" catchphrase echoed through living rooms across America. But behind the laughter and applause, tension simmered, especially between Walker and his on-screen mother. Esther Rolle. Now at 78, Walker is finally opening up about the complex, sometimes difficult relationship he had with Esther Rolle. And what he has to say sheds light on a side of Good Times that many fans never saw: fame, friction, and family. Ty's Good Times was revolutionary when it first aired in 1974. It was one of the first sitcoms to focus on a working-class black family, showing both the struggles and the love that held them together. At the heart of the show was Florida Evans, played with grace and strength by Esther Rolle, and her goofy, energetic son JJ, played by Jimmie Walker. But while their characters were supposed to represent family unity, the real relationship between the actors was far more strained. A battle over image. Esther Rolle was a trained stage actress who took her role very seriously. She believed the show had the potential to educate and uplift viewers by portraying a realistic image of black families. So, when Jimmie Walker's comedic character JJ started to take center stage, often acting foolish and exaggerated, Rolle wasn't pleased. "She didn't like what I represented on the show," Walker admitted in a recent interview. "She thought JJ was making a mockery of black culture." Walker has always acknowledged that Rolle wanted the show to remain grounded, focusing on serious issues like poverty, education, and family values. But for Walker, comedy was his tool. It was how he connected with audiences and brought levity to otherwise heavy themes. The clash wasn't about ego, according to Walker, it was about vision. "She wanted to educate. I wanted to entertain. We just had different goals. Not all bad blood despite their well-documented differences." Walker is quick to emphasize that things weren't always hostile between them. "People love to say, 'We hated each other,'" he said. "But that's not entirely true. We respected each other, we just didn't understand each other." He remembers moments when Esther offered guidance or shared her wisdom about the industry. "She came from a different world: Shakespeare, theater, classic training. I came from the clubs, the stand-up circuit. Our worlds collided, not because of hate, but because we were built differently." Speaking his truth now in his late 70s, Jimmie Walker is reflective rather than resentful. He admits that fame came fast, and he didn't always know how to handle the spotlight or the criticism. "Looking back, I can see why she was frustrated," he said. To her, it wasn't about laughs, it was about legacy. Walker says he regrets that they never had a true heart-to-heart conversation to clear the air. "We were on opposite sides of the same coin. I wish we could have sat down, away from the cameras, and just talked." After the show, Good Times ran until 1979, but its impact still ripples through pop culture. While Esther Rolle passed away in 1998, her influence remains powerful, not only as a groundbreaking actress but as someone who fought for dignity in how black families were portrayed. Walker has continued working in stand-up and acting, and he often reflects on the show that launched him to stardom. "Good Times wasn't just a show. It was a moment in history," he said. "And I was lucky to be part of it, even if it wasn't always easy." A message for the fans. For decades, fans have wondered about the real story behind the Good Times cast's off-screen dynamics. Walker's recent comments offer a candid, human glimpse into the tension and the mutual respect that existed between him and Esther Rolle. "She was tough. She stood for what she believed in. And in her own way, she pushed all of us to be better," he said. "We may not have been best friends, but we were part of something bigger than ourselves." Legacy over conflict. Now that Jimmie Walker has spoken, one thing is clear: the story of Good Times isn't about grudges. It's about passion. It's about people who cared deeply about their message, even if they didn't always agree on how to deliver it. As Walker put it, "We were a family, not a perfect one, but a real one. And that's what made Good Times matter."